Hey, it's Dr. DeCubellis here. One thing I wanted to talk about today is resistance bands. Resistance bands are great, especially now that more people are staying home and are working out at home. I wanted to touch on this topic because one thing that's very problematic with resistance bands is people aren't necessarily using them the right way. If you don't use them the right way, you can end up injured, causing yourself pain and discomfort, or training muscles improperly. What do I mean by this? First thing is when it comes to resistance bands, there's going to be different levels of resistance depending on the type of band, the length of band, and even the brand of the band as well. It's important to understand that if you get a medium band from this brand and a medium band from the other brand, they're not necessarily going to be the exact equal resistance. So you have to be careful and test things out. The other thing too is that a medium resistance that's only 3 feet long is going to be different than a medium resistance that's 6 foot long. There's more tubing there, so that the stretch and the resistance is going to be different because you're at a longer distance. So things to keep in mind, don't just try to buy a same brand or same resistance in a different size, because the way that you're going to get the workout is going to be different. Now, the next thing though is that people try to use too strong or too resistant of a band on a body part that they shouldn't be. I see this a lot when they're working out neck or trap muscles. Now, the reason this is important is because when you use too strong of a band to exercise a muscle group that is not that large or is not up to the task of that resistance level, your body is going to compensate by using other muscle groups to try to get that exercise done. What you're doing is twofold. You're putting yourself at risk for more injuries or a potential injury, but also B is you're changing your biomechanics and telling your body that when we do this motion, we need to use all these different muscle groups instead of the one specific muscle you were trying to work out. So you're creating altered movement patterns and you're changing your muscle memory. So again, now when you start working, you're going to be more likely to have issues in the future because you're changing all these things, all because you used the wrong resistance of the band. Hope that helps.